Hello, I'm down at the Craft Cooperative shop because over Christmas a few people said to me that they were like, what's this serial entrepreneur film all about? And so I thought I would take you to the shop to show you around and have a chat with Annalie, my lovely girlfriend, who mans the shop and works here all year round. So Annalie, what is the Craft Cooperative shop all about?
So the Craft Cooperative is an arts and crafts shop based in Redruth in Cornwall. We are filled to the brim with amazing handcrafted artwork and craft products by 41 different artists and craftspeople. And the way that we work is that we rent the space to them. So each of them individually pay £30 a month for their space. And in return, they get a shop that's open 5 days a week, 6 hours a day, run by myself. We do all the marketing and all the advertising.
Do they pay commission?
No commission.
No, cool.
We take no money. So at the end of every month, they get 100% of their sales back to them.
Everything that goes in the till goes directly to the craftsperson.
Exactly. Hi, I'm Annie and this is the Craft Cooperative. About 2 years ago, I had this great idea to open a shop with a bit of a difference, where everything was handmade by local people, everything was unique and a little bit different, a bit quirky. Then I left my job to move down to Cornwall with my boyfriend. I really struggled to find work, it was really hard, so I started working in craft markets and craft fairs, selling my own products. And as much fun as I was having doing that, I felt like there was just something a bit more I could be doing with my time. I spent a lot of time working in organisation and management and things like that, and I felt like I could really be doing something and making a little bit of a difference. I'd had this idea to open the shop, so Rob said, let's do it, let's open it, let's give it a go. And here we are, like nearly a year later with the shop that I never really thought would ever happen. The Craft Cooperative only works because of the members that belong to it. There are 41 individual artists and craftspeople working here right now. They make the shop what it is, and the customers that come into the shop, they have a level of expectation now based on the quality of the work. Some of our members have Made in Cornwall status. This is one of the highest accolades in Cornwall you can get. And lots of counties have the similar process all over the country. But to have that in the shop really shows that what we're doing is amazing. But to make something like this work, it's not just me. I might be the person that brings everybody together, but all I'm doing really is coordinating a group of people and making sure that they're all at the right place at the right time. The only reason that the Craft Cooperative works is because of each person's unique and individual approach to what they do. Without them, the shop wouldn't exist, and it's quite that simple.
So what I'm trying to do is take this one step further with the serial entrepreneur film and see what can groups of people accomplish if given the right structure, method of aggregation, if you will. What can you achieve?
Whether you've got 5 people or 50 people, I think it's always easier to make something work when you work together, collectively. It takes the burden off one person in many, many different ways, but it also eases that ability to be able to promote the work. And you know, not everybody's great at bookkeeping and not everybody's great at design, but you'll find that in a collective group there'll be somebody that's good at something.
Yeah. So what do you think of what I'm doing with Kickstarter campaign? What do you think about the film, about the idea of making a documentary about what we're doing and how we can take it one step further?
I think that business has to change. We look at all of our towns and our cities and their main shopping districts, the high street areas, and we're seeing that small independent shops don't exist anymore. Bigger and more well-known and established commercial businesses are there, but they hold nothing unique. Business has to change, it's that simple.
Yeah.
And in order to do that, we need to shake things up a bit. Running a collective isn't a new idea at all, but the way in which we run it is a new idea.
Yeah.
That's the way forward. I think that's the way forward, because how can a small town like Redruth exist and compete with the bigger fish?
It's a very good point. I mean, I think when you think about it in terms of, we're hearing news stories just a few days ago.
Oh, Fat Cat Wednesdays.
Fat Cat Wednesdays.
Yeah, the feature was to say that in the 2 days that people have been back to work in all of our businesses, offices kind of things, in the 2017, that was the amount of money that the big bosses had made in 2 days was the same amount of money that people like me and you would make in an entire year. And that's astonishing.
Yeah.
To think that who's doing the hardest work.
But it's not getting better, it's getting worse.
Exactly.
And I think it's this mentality of I work for the company, but I don't get involved in the company. I'm just an employee. I am sat at my basic salary, and if I'm lucky, after so many years, I'll get a little bit of a pay rise. And I think that mentality has to completely change, of this pyramid idea of all these people, these small number of people at the top and a huge number of people at the bottom as employees of the company. And I think that definitely has to change.
Yeah.
And hopefully the Crowd Cooperative is the vehicle for making that change and making an improvement in that area, because surely, like, society is a reflection of our company structure, because our society is made up of companies. All of the wealth flows through companies, and if that is the case, then by improving companies we can improve society in general and make a better political system, a better future for all of us, really.
The Craft Collective is like the beginning of this story, of this evolution. And what we're doing here is, it's just really only touching the surface of a really big iceberg. But together we can take it further and progress to this basic idea of bringing together a group of craftspeople to open a shop. And the next venture, we could bring together a group of people to open a department store.
Yeah.
Or a group of people to open a design company.
Yeah.
And the list goes on.
Yeah. And it's only really, when you think about it, by bringing groups of people together that we're going to be able to tackle some of the biggest problems in society.